Hello, everyone. This is Yasmin, and I will be your educator for today. And welcome to Artist Live. Today we are making Christmas ornaments from found things like vintage fun things and relics and artifacts. And we'll also make something out of paper. A paper three maybe, yeah. So I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see the projects, and we'll go from there. So bear with me with the camera. Okay, that's quite good. Hello, Torsa. Ooh, yeah, let's see the camera. Okay, I think that's good. So this is one of the ornaments we are making with a little, it's hard to see, but it's a little heart here that dangles inside. With a little angel and a lot of glitter and stuff. So that was the first one. And the second one is the one that's been on the photo, which is also a relic. And these shapes, we make here in Norway, we make kind of like a cake in these. We call them directly translated sand cakes, which is kind of a Christmas cake, like a cookie kind of thing. And you use these molds to make them. So I have, they look like these. Hi, hi, Joanne. And yeah, I'm gonna paint this and do some special. I'm also gonna give some away, so some other can make these. Yeah, they're really, really old-fashioned, kind of cool little muffin look-alike tins. Yeah. So we're gonna start making. I think we're gonna start making this one. Oh yeah, and the tree we're making. It's this one is a bit old and a bit dingy, but it's a tree with made of circles and a bark star at the top. So if we get time, we're going to do all these three. Okay. So the first thing I did was to I applied a layer of clear gesso, and I just have a little jar with Aida gesso here, but you can use whatever you like, whatever you have, whatever clear gesso you have on hand. Oh, seems like Rika she's here, but she doesn't get the chat to work. So we'll have to see what we can do about the rest of the links after those 40 minutes when Karen's not here. But yeah, so I'm painting this with the clear gesso. It's just so the other paints that we're going to put on will have something to grab hold to. And it dries quite clear. It dries clear because it's clear gesso and dries quite fast. So I'm just going to put a fast coat in. So Rika, have you tried to use a different browser? I can't text to you, but I'm gonna say it like that. Like do a different browser, not like Chrome or Explorer or Firefox or something like that. Maybe it works. But Karen's here, so it's gonna be okay. Okay, so I think I'm just finished just covering it with an easy coat of the clear gesso. So since I'm already working with the clear gesso, I'm going to do the other one as well, since I also put clear gesso in that. And this one is also for those kind of Christmas cake, but this is even older, I think, than this one. It's a beautiful little shapes, and I have some other ones as well. These are, I got them at like a junk store, thrift store, antique ones. So yeah. So I'm just going to paint it really fast. So that's done as well, so it could dry a bit. And just really fast. Okay, let's do some on the outer side as well. I didn't, these are kind of burnt. I didn't even bother. Oh, hey, Rika, you got it to work. Fantastic. Okay, so this is done now, I guess. So a little fast drying. And remember, don't touch them while you have used the heater on them. I've touched them so many times, but I'm blind, so that's my excuse. So don't touch them immediately afterwards. So, and after we're done drying, we're gonna apply some crackle to the one and some snowflake paste to the other. But remember, they're hot. Okay, I think we're partly done here. Okay. Queen hello. I painted them with clear gesso. Okay, so I'm gonna find my crackle paste. I did the platinum crackle from Prima, and I'm gonna paint the round cup with the crackle. And I'm pretty sure everyone know, and I've told it before, that this crackle is best if it's left overnight. You'll get the great crackle, and the better for it to dry overnight. And Finnaber told me when I had taken her classes in November, they said that her crackle actually can be dried, but you have to dry it fairly evenly. So you can't apply heat to one place and then move. You have to apply it over. So yeah. Hello, Tina. And yeah, that's what you have to do when you're drying crackle paint. But I've cheated. I have made another one so that has been drying. So I'm just gonna paint this to show you, and paint a bit of the outside as well. And then you can just leave it and let it dry. Okay. So the thicker you paint, the thicker the crackle. Okay, I think I'm done. Well, it's just to show you, so I have the other one done. So I'm going to set this aside to dry, and I'll do something else with that later and show you the one I made that's dry. Okay. And here it is, all dried up. I don't know if you could see the crackle. I'm going to see if I can add the light here. Add the light a bit. Yep. So, and it's time to you have to make a hole in the top and then a hole here in the bottom of it, because you need to have something that you can hang it up with. So I am using my trusty crocodile, which can pierce through metal quite good. So I just find a place I can make a hole. You see? And on the other side, straightly opposite. Uh, like that. So now you have a hole to put the little bling thing here in, and you have a hole to tie it up with. Oh, I did that a little bit far in, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so I've used all these pretty pearls and glass glitter from the Frank Garcia Memory Hardware collection. They're pretty beads. Okay, and let me see. And I use the soft matte gel to glue them in. Please just, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Oh yeah, Shona, you need those pearls. Those are beautiful. And like that. You just add a fair bit of an out in the cup. I'm also going to drag some up the sides, so then I can pour the glass glitter on top and just have it on the edges. Okay. Let me see. And I try to turn them around, those that have the threading, the hole turn upwards. I try to push them on the side so you won't see them. We need more beads. Okay, some more beads. Okay. It doesn't matter if you get glue on top of the beads, because you're gonna have the glass glitter there, and it dries matte, so it doesn't show when it's dry. And hopefully they will stick to the bottom. I'm thinking, do I need a little one? Yeah. Okay, so these are the ones I'm using. I'm gonna turn that one around. And that one. Oops, that one. Okay. And by paint and having some on the top makes you can use it with the glass glitter. And I use the let me see. The Gold Rush from Prima. Okay. Just sprinkle some on top. Okay. Okay. Let me see. The lid. So I won't spill all my beads. Okay. So this is what we have so far with the beads and the Gold Rush glass glitter. And that one doesn't really want to be in there, but all right then. You have to. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside a bit to dry because I'm going to work on the face. And I'm just going to do like this so my glue doesn't dry. Okay, and I've used, for the faces, I've used this pack from the Relics and Artifacts. And I think it's actually this face on mine. But I'm thinking of switching it up and maybe using her. So they are different. Yeah. And you just take out this top so she's all pretty, and she will fit in your, like this, on top of the beads. And so I needed to do something to her face, so she wasn't that white. So I'm painting her. I painted her with I think I did ancient coin. It's the acrylic paints, the metallics from Prima, but you can use whatever gold you like. I didn't find this when I looked for it, but I have it in my stash. So this is what I did. I need some paper. I have paper. Okay, so I tried, when the first time I did her face, I tried this technique. I tried to cover her with clear gesso first. That didn't work. When I rub the paint off, like I'm going to do now, I paint her whole face, her everything, and just cover it and let her sit for just a minute or so. And the technique I'm going to do now is just going to use just plain wet tissue, and I'm rubbing the paint off again. So when I covered it the first time with the gesso, it actually was like peeling a face mask off. So yeah, that didn't work. So that's why I don't use anything on the face other than the paint. So let me see if, yeah, just a couple of more seconds. Yeah, the faces are beautiful. So okay, so now I'm rubbing the paint off, and if I rub too much off, I can just add some more to the places I would like to have more paint. But I'll get that really vintagey look. I can just use my use the finger to add paint in the places you would like. If you took away too much. Well, thank you, Heather, for the technique comment. It's a fun technique. And you get the paint in the creases, so you see the streaks in her hair more. So I keep working with it, just putting paint on and taking it away. So I get it right, just the way I like it. Okay. I think that is quite good. Now she isn't that white. You can see the streaks in her hair. Yep. Okay. So when she's done, she's gonna be glued in here. But I also used some gold. It's just very thin sewing thread. I found this also in the junk store that I go to, where I found the cups. And yeah, I thought it was fun, but it's really thin. So I don't think you really can sew with it. But for this kind of project, it's awesome. So I'm adding that in. And some glue to glue her in. Okay, if I can get some glue out of my bottle. It's almost empty. Okay, come on. Oh, this is the worst thing, waiting for the glue. You could have used heavy body gel, but I have mixed feelings about that glue. Maybe because I don't have the patience for it to wait until it dries properly. And I like this better. And make sure that your holes are lining up. Okay. And now the next step for this is to I made a little bow and used one of the pearls as a decoration in the center. So we're gonna do that. And let me see if I can find some ribbon. And by curling the ribbon, I use a seam binding ribbon. I really like that because you can get it really curly like that. And just a quick bow. I hope I didn't do this too small now. Okay. I was a bit cheap with that ribbon, but hey, I'm gonna make it. Gonna make it work. Okay. You see? Oh yes. Okay. And using a tweezer just to get it in the right place. Like this. And a bead. So this time I used a bead from the other collection just to get another color. These are darker than the... So which one do you like? That one. Okay. And that. And some glue. And now the only thing I have left on this one is to add this. It's a Prima thing. I think also it's a memory hardware thing from Prima. I don't remember the number or the name. I don't really have the package here either. And I just take this part here off and put a jump ring through, so it dangles more. You'll need, yeah, you need one jump ring. So just loose the clasp and add a quite large jump ring instead. Oh, did I lose one? No. Jump ring, and add this to this. I just need to, there's nothing my sister can't do, that's for sure. I like this, and hopefully we add this through without any problems. Nope, worked out well. Okay, so this is now done with a little jangly piece. So afterwards I need to have like a ribbon here to hang it on the tree. So this is then finished. Okay, so the next one we're gonna continue on is the one with the little cherub angel, the angel face. So I painted this one with the gesso, and now I'm going to add some snowflake paste just to give it a bit of structure. I just dab it on. It's not painting, it's just dabbing the paste on. And we'll give it a bit gritty, kind of gritty, yeah, texture and feel to it. And some to the outside as well. Just fast, like a snowy, frosty feel. Like that. Okay. And then I use the matte medium. On the inside, so I can adhere my doily. This is also a vintage find. I grab stuff like this when I see it. I think it's handmade. It has to be handmade. It really intricate work. But yeah, putting that in here. So while that is gluing on, I need to bend this a bit to get it to fit my angel. And I used the one from this package, which was the Archangels. And that has a hanging thing on the top and the bottom. I'm going to keep the bottom one in because I'm hanging this dangling piece. Yeah, it's almost invisible, but it's hanging there. And hopefully I can get this out. Yeah. Like that. Don't need that. And we need a wet wipe. And we're going to do the same technique with this face as we did with the other. Just painting it with gold and then removing the color. But I'm also adding lots of glitter and some inks. Just gonna see if it fits on the inside, almost on the inside. Yeah, this is good. And we have to make a hole. I kind of forgot that. Okay. Okay. So this will dry a bit. We could also add, I've added some red micro beads and some glitter on the inside. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's there. So I'm going to put that in. The red micro beads. Sprinkle. Yeah. And some of the golden glitter. I have a little jar of golden glitter. If I can get the cork out of it. Just gonna sprinkle that as well. Okay. Okay, then we're gonna work on the face. So this could just put aside to dry, and we'll do some embossing and stuff with it. Oh, I have too much stuff now. Just clear some away. Okay. Okay. Then we just need another brush so we can add the gold to the face. So just quickly a thin layer, and we're gonna do the same work as we did with the other. This this figure has these pretty curly hairs, which the paint will seep into the cracks, and when you dry it off, you will just get that beautiful hair and the details on the wings out. Like that. So I have to wait a bit until it dries. Yeah, these are really vintage. Yeah, and the skull is cool in that package. So everyone has to get more relics and artifacts. I think that Ulrika has the links, so you can see, so you can get to go there and see what they have. Oh, and I'm sorry about the dog. There's someone outside. Okay. So let me see if it's dried enough. I don't want to use my heat gun. I would rather paint some extra time, a couple of times, instead of using the heat gun, because the heat gun really sets the color in and it will make it harder to remove. You really only want it in the seams and just a bit on the face, not all over, just like shadowing. Oh, I think I'm gonna like this one. Doesn't he look good? I think it's a he, or maybe it's a she. I don't know. I don't know how he got so dirty on his face either. Oh well. Okay, and then I think we got this one quite right at the first try. So I'm gonna heat set the color to him. And then I'm using the matte gel again. and applying it to the hair and the wings on both sides. And then I'm just have to find myself something to, well, and I'm gonna have to pour some more glitter. And if I use my finger, I could just force the glitter into the cracks. I don't know if you could see. I sparkle. I don't know if the thing sparkles. Okay, and also, oops, and also have some of the darker glitter. And I spilled some. That's fine. Okay. And just using my fingers to get that in the seams, the cracks, nooks and crannies. So, hello, Lydia. Okay. And now I also added some of the ice ink, pigment ink, just a tiny bit on the cheeks. And I used a wipe to take it off again. Because I just want some rosy cheeks. Like that. Do you see the rosy cheeks? Okay. So now I have to find some more ribbon, and this time a bit more. And I'm tying a bow, but I have to crunch the ribbon up first. Okay, like that. And oops, I think it's best that I just turn the lids on. Okay. If I can get this through, yes. So we have to tie a bow. I like bows. I'm gonna have to remove some of the glitter on his face. I don't like that. I just want him to be, yeah, not have a glittery face. Okay, and the other one like that. So, and we have another jump ring because I'm adding a little, these are from Scrapberries, little hearts. And like that. Oops. And adding that to the ring here. Okay, okay. Now we are done. And hopefully you will see how pretty he is. Just need to work a bit. Okay, here we have. Okay, and now we have to work a bit more with, I'm going to do some slight embossing on the wings. So I'm going to use the matte gel just to get the glitter to adhere. No, well, the embossing powder, the gold embossing powder, to adhere to the side of the wings. I don't want it too much, just a little touch. And the same with this edge. Yep. Okay. Oh, and it's getting hot. Okay, come on. Okay, now it's melting. Whew, that was warm. All right, and I'm doing the same. Just on the edges here. I'm just gonna dry it quickly first. Okay, and I'm doing the same technique with the matte, the soft gel matte, and applying some of the embossing powder on the outside as well on the inside. But remember, it's hot. Woohoo. I'm going to show you how cool that looks. I did a bit on the outside, just going to melt it on the outside. Okay. Just remember, it's hot. Have to remind myself. So I'm thinking we're ready to glue the piece in. I used some sisal grass, I think it's called. Mine is gold. This is too much, I think. How much do I need? Oh yeah, that's too much. What about this? Oh, maybe this is perfect. A little bit more, then it's perfect. Okay. And adding, you could use, of course, use the heavy body gel. I do have fancy Cecil. I have the Cecil in silver as well. But I have to say, it really smells. It really smells bad. I think it's because of the paint they used. But oh well. What don't you do to get a great project? And putting the grass in. And now I need some chipboard pieces just to get build some height under the angel, the cherub. So I think that 3 maybe will work. Like that. We'll give it some height so that it has something to lean on. And I'm doing some glue in the middle as well. Oops! I'm gluing it in. Don't mind me making all that noise. And I have to try to get the heart out so it shows. And it's there. Okay. Well, so I trim the grass. I don't want it sticking that much out, so I just trim it. And some of them I just try to put back in, and some of them I trim. Okay. He needs to dry. But that's kind of the gist of it. So you just need to add a ribbon piece on top. And then he's done as well. Okay, so I'm going to set that side to dry. And I said, well, how much time do I have? I have about 10 more minutes. I'm show you at the beginning oh my gosh, so much mess. The tree. And I've actually prepped a lot, so that tree will get, I'll do it quite fast. Okay, and you just need a lot of circles. I've used, I think I have 11 different circles here. And I've cut them. I didn't even do dye. It's the scrappers, some of the scrappers Christmas line. Like I said, didn't even do a circle. I just used round things on my table to get the cut to the shape I wanted. The sizes, it's going to be, if you use a die, it's going to be, I've used this edge scraper thing on the edges. So it's going to be edged like this. And of course, you're going to have to, we're going to use a distress tool. We're going to curl them. But I did all that because I prepped, because I wanted to show you 3 things. So, and this wasn't double-sided paper, it was single-sided, but I glued 2 pieces together. So, and you just curl them because the curling will give it dimension. So this is my bottom piece. So just curl everyone. I've used the edge scraper on everyone. I've distressed the edges on everyone. Like that. I should have curled everyone as well. I didn't. So now you have to see me doing this. Okay. Do it really fast though. Okay, and this one. And I also cut it out some tulle to put between, so you get some extra interest. I used the vintage photo distress because that's the one I like the most. I also can use the walnut stain, but vintage photo is the one I always go to if I need a color. So, but it's just really fast. I didn't even use the pad. I just used what I had in the brush. Maybe do the red in the bottom. Oh yeah. And like this. Oh, you don't see building up to be a tree. Oh yeah, Shona vintage photo is the best one. I like the color set on that one. Yeah, this is quite fun making this little tree. And if you have a lot of scrap paper, just make circles and make a little tree. Like that. And the next one. Just 2 more. And there's one. And the last one on top. Like this. Okay, so now we need some twine. I have some twine here. This is from my road. And I double it like this. And I tie a little knot. And then I know I'm going to stop there. And I'm cutting the edges off. Oh, my sisal grass is haunting me. Okay, and then you need a little, we use your scissors or a paper piercer to make holes. It doesn't have to be in the center because this can be quite wonky. It could just be whatever you like. Oh, if you can get it through the hole. Let me see if I can get it through. Okay, like that. So I'm going to do a couple. ¿Qué color quedará? ¿Cómo es lo quedará? I just have to make them close the door. My little one's going to bed. Okay, like that. So you just go through, and for every other, and I'm gonna just make a hole in this one as well. See if we can get this on. That little, if I can see the little hole. Yep, and then when I'm here, I have 2, 3 pieces. I'm gonna make another knot. And now I know these can't, they can't move any further than this. And you're going to continue until you reach the bottom. So you'll be stuck with something like this. And then on top, you just glue. I have 2 bark stars, which I glue together on the top. Just need some more glue. Okay. Like that. And we need a little bit more glue. Like this. And I glue these 2 together so they look the same from both sides. And you just work with the tree, and you will have everyone going down like this. So I'm not going to do everyone because it's 9. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to see me sitting here putting on circles. Well, yeah, this could be made with kids. Yeah, perfect idea for kids. And leftover papers and whatever. You just need circles. They can cut the circles out themselves. Use bowls, glasses, small thing, big things. And they could, school projects for teachers. So yeah, I ended mine with a little bow in the bottom. You can have a charm or something like that hanging out. You could use doilies and pearls like Rika said. You can splash white colors on it. So I'm going to finish it, and I'll post a picture of it. But just right now, I'm not going to finish. But you get the idea. You can see how dimensional this will be. Like this when you hang it up. So, well, I think I'm going to turn the camera around again. And you get the point of that. And that's good. That's what I wanted. So now I showed you 3 ornaments. And I'm going to show you everyone again. This is the one with the cherub face. And the lady. So if you stay until the end, okay. Have to turn the camera around. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're making these Christmas ornaments, and if you stay tuned, I will stop the record, and you will have the chance to win a couple of them. Okay, bye-bye.